And welcome back to week 2 of the weekly NFL podcast with Nick and Craig. I'm Craig. Take 2 because I screwed up the first one, but you know, it happens. Uh, let's see here. All right, Nick. So moving into week 1 recap, you got any surprises, big games that you thought were going to go other ways? Just anything that surprised you in week 1? Yeah, I think the Browns just came in and they thought that they were going to be this great team, and they still might be. I'm not saying they're not. Just I think based off all the hype around them, they underestimated their opponent and thought that they were going to be better than them, or thought that they were just going to come out and blow them out. But I think they realized that this is the NFL. You gotta earn everything you get. Jacoby Brissett. You always struggle with that name. I'm gonna fight you. uh, yeah, yeah. That game went to overtime too, so it was a close game. Chargers just snuck it out at the end, but I was really surprised at his performance. I thought that score was going to be 31-6 or something like that. I thought Jacoby was going to come out and throw a couple interceptions and make a few bad plays, but he surprised the heck out of me, and I'm sure he surprised everybody else. He played really well. Yeah, I think Seahawks are a little overrated in my opinion, but no. Yeah, they struggled in the first 3 quarters, but yeah, that'll be tough. I think the Patriots and Steelers too. Yeah, I don't even know what happened. I only watched part of that game just because I hate watching the Patriots play. So, but yeah, that game was something else. I did not expect it to be that much of a blowout. Hell yeah, brother. That was a hell of a game, dude. I was so up and down with my emotions watching that game. I jumped up, high fiving my dad, like all of a sudden to both fucking screaming, pissed off. Like it was just, it was a roller coaster of emotions during that game. But I think I know I'm biased, but I'm gonna go out there and say it. I think Deshaun Watson came out and played really well, and I think a lot of people are gonna recognize the type of quarterback he can be or is. And I think the fact that the Texans kept that close and almost beat the Saints at at New Orleans, which is another big deal. Like it's hard to play in New Orleans at the Superdome, so I think them playing there and keeping it that close was really a test to what kind of team the Texans can be. Yeah, a minute until they kicked the field goal. Yep, depressed. Yeah, it was a tough night, but it was a good game though. It was, and I'd rather it be a good game like that and us lose than us just get blown out. Yep, I agree. That was terrible. Von Miller. Yeah. I don't think it's a big deal they beat the Broncos, but at the same time, they played good. Yeah. San Diego. Oh, yeah, Chargers off San Diego. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I agree with you on that though. I think it's gonna be an interesting team to watch. See how they do. You want to move on to predictions for next week? All right. Buccaneers and Panthers. Sorry. Uh, Panthers. I think I'm gonna take the Panthers on this one. I think Jameis Winston's gonna struggle again. I don't think he's a very good quarterback. I think he's kind of washed up. I think Cam Newton struggled, but I think they're gonna do better than the Buccaneers. Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers. Super Cam? No, yeah, yeah, you know what I meant. I mean, he was decent, but he was decent like his rookie year, I think it was, or one season, but yeah, even then it's he's not playing well. I think I'm picking the Ravens on this one. I think the Ravens came out last week, and I know they beat a struggling Dolphins team, but at the same time they put up 59 points, which isn't saying a lot against the Dolphins, but it's not something to just sweep under the rug. I think Mark Ingram played really well. Lamar Jackson played good. He threw the ball. He protected the ball. I think that defense looks pretty stout as well. So I think the Ravens are going to be a team to watch this year, if I'm being honest. I don't think they're going to do anything special, but I think they're going to be pretty decent. All right, What? No, Cowboys are my favorite team. Yeah, totally. Cowboys at Redskins. I'm gonna pick the Cowboys at this, as much as it hates me to say it, but I think the Redskins are just struggling at the quarterback position. I think it's gonna be a tight game, but I think it's gonna be a good one at the same time. Yeah, after beating them, they're definitely feeling themselves. I think he does. I think the Seahawks aren't as good as everybody thinks they are. Granted, I think both of these teams are overrated, but I think the Steelers are gonna pull this one out against the Seahawks. If we're being honest, what do you think? uh, as much as I hate to see Jadeveon on that team, I'm still rooting for my boy. He's one of my favorite players to watch in the NFL. He's just exciting and explosive. I love watching that man play. Moving on, I'm gonna take the Bills. I'm just gonna go out and say it. I'm gonna take the Bills. Josh Allen. Yeah, just because I think their defense is playing really well right now. They're on a high because they were losing 16-3 or something like that. Came back 17-6. I think they're gonna beat the Giants. Granted, Giants aren't anything special, but I think the Bills win this. I think Bills could be a low key sleeper wild card team in that possibility. Yeah, I don't think so either. Uh, Moving on to the next one, 49ers at the Bengals. This is kind of a toss-up game. It could go either way. There's not really a good way to pick this. I think I'm gonna pick the 49ers to be honest. I don't know why, and I don't ask me why, but I'm just gonna go with the 49ers. uh, 20 points. Yeah, 2. Yeah, 49ers and then Seahawks. Uh, Moving on to the next one, Chargers at the Lions. I think Chargers are gonna pull this one out just because Lions are kind of eh. Chargers are a playoff team, in my opinion. I think Austin Eckler is gonna do what he does best and continue to run the ball and receive the ball, and I could easily see the Chargers putting up a lot of points in this game. Yeah, yeah, because you could easily put yourself up 2-0. Yeah, yep. You gotta play tight every single week, especially too because they're in a bracket. I'm sorry, they're in a division with the Chiefs. So it's already going to be tough to get first place. So that means even if you don't get first place, you got to get that wild card. So it's you got to win as much as you can, and you got to be have as good as record as you can. I think they went 11-5 last year, so they played good. They continue to play good. I think they'll continue that trend this year because they just look good as a team. Their defense doesn't look as good as it did last year, but I think they still can make it happen. I'd like to see Philip Rivers to make it a little bit into the playoffs. I'm rooting for him. Yeah, yeah. He's got 11 kids. Uh, I'm telling you. All right, Vikings at Packers. I hate the Packers. I don't know why. Yeah, it is. I don't know why I hate the Packers. I don't really like Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna pick the Vikings on this one. And I honestly didn't pay attention to either of these teams last week too much, so I think yeah, I think yeah, yeah. It's a good defense too. Moving on to the next one. Jaguars at the Texans. Oh yeah, Kirk Cousins. I'm not too high on him either. Think the Texans are gonna win this? Big Dick Nick. I think Texas is gonna fucking slaughter the Jaguars. I really do. I think Sean Watson gonna come out and score 40 points. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. And I hope. Let's hope. See, this is the thing about the Texans. I've been a Texans fan all my life. This is yeah, it could be, but at the same time, Texans are real bad about playing one way one game and then playing another way the next game. And it's like, come on, dude. Like, you got to be more consistent. They came out and they were airing the ball out. They were playing good against the Saints. I think they need to come out, set a tone, do the same thing, and put up another 30, 35 points in the game. And I think they can do that. They got the weapons to do that. But I think it's just a matter of fact if they do that. But I think the Jaguars' defense isn't as good as it used to be. They're missing their quarterback. Granted, their backup played surprisingly well, but at the same time, I think he's going to make mistakes because he's a rookie. Yeah, they really do. You remember that miracle play last year? Oh, that was wild. That was a great game. Yeah, it's. I almost if it was last year's Dolphins, Dolphins. If it was last year Dolphins, I would pick the Dolphins to win this in the upset of the week. But based off of who the Dolphins have lost, I think they're going to lose this game. Which I mean, you agree with that? Being a Dolphins fan, it sucks, but Patriots should win this, go up 2-0 on the season. I think the next game, tank for Tua. I think next week might actually be a lot closer than we expect. I think being it's a division game, Raiders are coming off a high. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, my bad. Next game, yeah. Next game, Chiefs at the Raiders is gonna be a closer game than we think. They're coming off a high, winning. They're feeling themselves. It's at home. I think the Raiders could maybe keep this close, but I'm still gonna take the Chiefs. But I think this could be a close game. I could see that. I could almost see that too. Chiefs are known to struggle every now and then, a couple games a season. Yeah. Yep. And yep. I could see that. Me neither. I think yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Saints just based off some weird's happening with the Rams and Todd Gurley. I don't know what it is. They're not giving him as many touches as they do. I don't know if they're trying a new offensive scheme. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if there's something going on in the locker room. Like I don't know what it is, but something really weird's happening with Todd Gurley and the Rams, and I don't. Nobody knows what it is. So I think based off of that, I think the Saints are going to take this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's they're not giving him as many touches, and it's weird. Like I think in the first half, after the first half last week, like he only had a few touches and barely any yards. Granted, I think second half they gave him more touches, but it's just normally you think of the Rams, they're giving Todd Gurley the ball as much as possible, just because that's their big playmaker. Like, and they're not really doing that. I think Malcolm Brown, their backup running back, had two touchdowns because he got two goal line touches in the red zone last week. So it's just weird. Yeah, I think the Bears take this for sure. Yeah, I think Bears struggled last week against the Packers, but they need to make some changes. But I think they're gonna win. Yeah, uh, yeah, probably like 10 points or so. Moving on to the next one, Eagles at the Falcons. Eagles are coming off a pretty good win last week. They came back and won that game against the Redskins last week. Excuse me. I, I don't know who to pick on this one, to be honest. I want to pick the Falcons, but the Falcons are just so like, yeah, you can't. I don't want to bet my money on them. You know what I mean? Like, but even then, I think the Eagles are overrated. So I'm not a big fan of this game at all. But I think I'm gonna take the Falcons on this one. I think so too. Every time they play, it's always a good game. But I think I'm gonna pick the Falcons on this one. Yeah, I like that pick. Yeah, I don't think so. I think Brown's got a ass chewing after last week, so I think they're gonna come out and fucking be on their toes, be fucking hot, and I think they're gonna win this game over the Jets. It's gonna be a tough game. It could very well, excuse me, sorry, it could very well be a defensive game, but I think the Browns are gonna win this one for sure. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 17. Yep. Nope. That's it. Go Texans. uh, yeah, that's fine. We can touch on it. I don't have the article put up in front of me, but yeah, we'll touch on it. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, hit it. Hit the rundown. Brissett, you struggled so much with that. Brissett. There you go. Whatever. Yeah. You love to see it. Yeah. I think so. He probably played better than Tunzel did, giving up 2 sacks. No big deal. Carry on. Carry on. Ballin'. What? He literally signed a paper and was $64 million richer. What? I need that contract in my life, boys. Are you? I didn't read that. Wait, he's signed for the next 5 seasons and he has all his money now. So he's getting what, 2 million in the next 5 seasons? That's weird, but yeah, 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 yeah. Every year. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fell off. Making that money, son. Overrated. Overrated. Ouch. I think we'll find out this week whenever they play. I think it's Antonio Brown. I think somebody's got to sign the man regardless. I would have paid him 20 mil to sign him for a year. I mean, I think it's Antonio Brown. You're the Patriots. I think you do what you can knowing the team you have, and you only got a few more years with Tom Brady. I think it's a great signing. I think as much as I hate it, I hate the Patriots. I think they always get lucky with these signings and pick up people that nobody wants, and they get them for semi cheap deals. I think it's a great signing, in my opinion. I think he didn't want to be on the team no more. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I think it's one of those situations to where he wanted out, and the only way to get out is for something like that to happen. But I feel like he could have maybe went about it a better way. Yeah, I think it's a good signing. uh, Fuck the Patriots, man. Nope. I would just honestly say, leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. If you got any suggestions, comment something, talk to us. Uh, I, I always look beautiful. You got anything else, Nick? Facts. Big facts. I think we're gonna try to release these every Wednesday or so, or something like that. But I think, yeah, I think with yeah, I think with that being said, we're gonna call it a day. Y'all have a good one and take care.